At diabetes.
Enda na baru tigabu na mateni nonda wasi ni buli kanda na tigabu na mate sata ngori na mate ni suka diabetes.
And maybe from this class we'll be able to really understand how diabetes is causing so much problems here in this country.
Ena rawa ni ndamai bakila kataki ena buli ngo sina kalasi ngo se dava na kai kouta tiku mai na mate ngo ka tiku mbeka vadaga.
I was in India last year.
Awa tiku mai India ena ambaki Saudi.
And they told me that they were the number one, the capital of the world for diabetes.
Ka era tukuna vea o ni o irto mai India number 2 na mate ngo.
And to my surprise, Fiji has taken their place. There is a connection also. As in India, a lot of people eat very similar to you right here in Fiji. I said that in India, the people eat very similar to you here in Fiji.
But let
us begin with diabetes. In Genesis, the first chapter, verse 26, God said, "Let us make man in our own image."
Kaya nakalo to iya to mulia na tamata meu dui kenda to.
After our likeness.
May to wata ki kenda to.
So what God wanted to do is to create man like himself.
Kabi nakata nakalo me mulia saranga indua na kene yela wakata ki kwa.
That man would be a reflection of God.
Kaya do me yale alo nikalo na tamata ko mulia ngona kalo.
Both spiritually and physically and mentally.
Vakayalo, vakayango, ka ena vak totalangan iwana nano.
And God said, "Behold, I have given you every herb bearing seed."
Ausa sulit talanga veiko nakau kedenga erbak serena.
Which is upon the face of all the earth.
Kasavak tumburi enandela ibura.
And every tree.
Kena veikau ke talanga.
And which is the fruit of a tree yielding seed.
To
you it shall be for meat.
Oya meke mukakan.
That word meat means food.
Meat.
So in the beginning, when God created man after his own likeness, man gathered its meat from the tree. But there was something else very important about this meat. Every fruit had to have a seed. If it did not have a seed, God did not create it. And so all the grapes, the apples, and the bananas, and so on, they all had seeds.
Grapes, Apollo, China, they all have seeds.
God did not create seedless fruits. That is the amalgamation of man. And Satan is seeking to counterfeit the creation of God. And through that, he can deceive us, having us to think that we're eating healthy food, making us think that we're eating healthy food. But we're eating food that has been amalgamated. If seedless food cannot grow another tree or another fruit
Kasiang ni raw kina ni nabatumbura talen dua tal na kau balatan isang na sorena.
because it do not have a seed.
Balatan isang na sorena.
And if it do not have a seed,
Ya, ena siang tal nga kina nakawya na sorena.
then it cannot reproduce itself.
Ena siang tal nga ni raw ni batumbura talen do na kau balatan
It
isang na
would
sorena.
lack, it would not have the vital forces to grow another fruit.
Kana siang kina wa nakawya na koko me batumbura talen do na kau balatan isang na sorena.
And if it cannot grow another fruit, how can it be of any help to us?
Kaya baka sa sini batumbura raw talen do na kau ena ga me buki kenda wada bo kenda na tamata.
Our body is built up from the nutrients we get from food.
Nayangon da bulit mai ena be kai toke na tu na be kau kedengo.
If any deficiency take place,
Kaya baka do na kaya do be kenda
then disease is developed.
sa tiku membudi ni dake na mati.
Most of the problems we're facing with
Lebu na mati enda sutabu tiku ni kuwa
come from a mineral and vitamin deficiency.
ada tiku mai ena kena lekati tiko ena nayangon da na be na minerals kena vitamins.
Also in the first chapter of Genesis 30 verse, God said,
Ena iba tiku mu wasen dua tikine tulus nga bulu kaya na kalo
to every beast of the earth
na be manu kaya nga ni bura
and to every fowl of the air
na manu buka kaya nga buka mali olala
and to everything that creepeth upon the earth,
kaya na be ka kaya nga sangka si bole bura
where then is life,
katigo be na bula
I have given green herbs for meat.
ausule be na do kaya nga ni bono Amerikania.
So God gave the green herbs or the vegetation for the animals to eat.
Sulia kina nakalo na be do ni buru-burungo be manu me kende wata me kende kaka.
God did not give Adam vegetables and vegetation to eat in the beginning.
Asang ani sulia mani bakatibu nakalo na be do ni buru-burungo be atama me kende.
There was no need for it.
Asin ngande na tamata ya.
You see, Adam was perfect.
Enda reda ni atama todo ko sartunga.
He had a perfect body.
Todo ko na bul niya ngona.
And to eat the fruit of the tree was for his enjoyment.
Kaya baka sa sulia nakalo na huani ko ya me vinaka kina na bula.
It was not for his health.
Esanga ni baletana no na bula.
But after the fall of man,
Ya ni sama bale na tamata.
man became sick.
Saya na toy mati.
And being sick,
Yani saya na toy mati.
man developed a blood disease.
Saya do membudi na tamata enduan na mate ninra tawanan ra.
The Bible said that the life of the flesh is in the blood.
E kaya na iwalatamu ni bulangan yang sa tiko enanra.
That simply means the quality of life is in the blood.
Kaya bale na ituba kinimbulan na bataw enanra.
If you have bad blood, you're going to have a bad quality of life.
Kaya kaya indukan nanra enandukan ng bula.
In the beginning, Adam had a perfect blood.
Ya ate ko biata ma niya sabsabato do saratunga nanra.
But after the fall, his blood became disease.
Niyo tinay balbalada sa tigabu me da siya nga nanra.
In order to help man,
Meado meron ni bukita la tamata.
in order to be able to restore man back to that perfect image before the fall,
Meado me bakle suita le tuwa kini tamata ni sembera ni kunin na ibalbalada.
God gave man vegetables.
Ang kasulia na kalo na do ni bonua me kanya na tamata.
Now, why did he give him vegetables? Why?
Dapat ba kasulia kina na kalo na do ni bonua me sang may bakaya nga na tamata.
Because man is sick.
Malata na tamata sa ato mati.
And God has given him a medicine
Kasulia kina na kalo buwan na tamata endua na way ni mati.
to restore a healthy bloodstream.
Me baka binakataka ka baka baka binakataka tal na ituwa kininra.
And every time man eat vegetables,
Yan ang ano kede enda baka yang ataka kina na do ni bonua.
he's given himself a blood transfusion.
sa tigabu me o vasa sabata ka ngao iko na namunra baka iko.
Remember now, the life of the flesh is in the blood.
Na numatiko nambulang ani tamata sinambul niya ngoy tigoy nanra.
And the vegetables contains chlorophyll in them.
Na dhoni bono ya tigo kina indua na waya baka to kay na chlorophyll.
That is that green juice of the vegetables.
Ya na green juice ko ni baka nga takatigoy so we kenango.
It's nearly identical to the human blood in composition.
E volla kasarangani rotuto bata kina nanra ko e tigongori na ngonda.
And an all-wise God
Ia na kalau buku ba ita merango.
Incorporated in our diet, added to our diet, he added the green vegetables.
Kamay tomana kina me ba kuria na none kana na tamata.
So that as we eat
Ninda ba ngataka na vegetables siya na green.
Eat the vegetables, we would simply be restoring our blood back in healthy condition.
And na baka lesuet tale na bulong binaka and nanda baka ngataka na doni bono.
But those foods must be prepared in the most healthiest form.
Na be kakanang kondon me bakaruta ki saranga na bakaruta ki manggosa re-revina kan dondo and naroon nakam.
As I talk about the blood, consider this point.
Ni indabi mo sa kitigo membalatanan ra rongo tamanango.
There is only one disease in the world.
Dua nga na tuwi mate burbura.
There are thousands of symptoms and tens of thousands of symptoms in the world.
Yo elebunga na kena ibakata kila siya na symptoms ena buku nindua nga na matengo.
Symptoms is not a disease.
Na ibakata kila siya nga nito mate. Siya na symptoms siya nito mate.
Symptoms is a curative reaction.
Na symptoms siya na ibakata kila en nonra salanga ni nonra baka binakata kamay na yango na be symptoms siya na ibakata kila.
Symptoms is simply letting us know that something is wrong in our body.
Niya kami ibakata kila bakarita nga beke da indona lang kay ato tiko en yangonda.
And God would do nothing unless it make it known to his servants.
En sinda kabra kinindona ka na kalo baka bo ke
the language God used sometimes is misunderstood. That is the language of pain. That is the language of a fever. Diarrhea. Vomiting. A cancerous sore.
Na cancer
and many more are signs that you are trying to get well.
So nangoni sala baka yang takatiko na yang me towale me vuki ko.
But it frightened us.
Very riken.
It is because we do not understand the language.
Balatangan ninda sinitura na daba na vosa ratguna tikumaya.
When you understand the language,
yun sa tura na imbalika rebe tuguna tikumay.
It is like the children of Israel when they came to Mount Sinai. Moses heard God's sweet voice in the thunder and lightning. And it gave him peace and assurance. But God's people heard the thunder and lightning. Because they could not hear the sweet voice of God. That's the way it is with disease. You have to understand the language. And it's so plain and so simple. When you have an upset stomach, and you're about to throw up, and you feel really sick, but the minute you can throw it up, you feel a lot better. When you have diarrhea,
ni aval na kitemu
Your bowels are constantly running.
ve mulo yaki na kitenda
Your body is trying to get rid of an infection in your alimentary canal.
no na sasanga tigo na yango me baka tiki taka naka e forn tingori kitemu
And your body will give itself an enema to try to flush the impurities out of the system.
na yango nga e daka ba endo na sala ni vi pasabata ki me na enema mbak me mbita me tumana nanduko ko ya vala tigo kitemu ya
A fever is a friend.
nakatakata endo talangana kenai wale
Fever is the attempt of the body to burn up the impurities in the system.
engoni salino na wakama nanduka itigongori inga engonda
Sneezing is trying to expel the impurities and virus out of your body.
na suru engoni sala ni kena biuta ni maitumba isona kai tiko engori lomanda
All the time you've been having these symptoms,
enangono kede yada tikine bigo ni bata kilkilango
and you were so afraid,
oh sanga iba tumbura na namurere
but in the midst of it,
enangono bataya
God was working in your behalf.
nakalawe daka tiko veiko
I don't care how deadly the symptoms may appear to be. I don't care how deadly the symptoms may appear to be.
sebada bana kena rei lewu se rei dabamba ke titobu na ve symptoms gori
When a person has diabetes,
nindua tiko bua na matinisuka
they thirst to drink a lot of water.
do ya do ba ngumutu beira na karamata ni via ngunuai
And why do they feel they must drink a lot of water?
na dava namni nanu ma ngandre vakina na yango na mera ngunuai
Because there's some impurities in their bloodstream.
balatanga ni tiko nanduka ya ngoni salinra
That impurities is sugar.
nanduka ya nasuka
Sugar has so saturated the bloodstream
sa le sosoko nasuka e ngoni salinra senanra
that your body will attempt to expel it out of the system.
kasa sasanga na yango me biuta tani maitumba
And you began to urinate a lot.
saya vakina mo lako ba vinga una baka wasumai valni lai
And you don't know why you're urinating a lot. You do not know why.
ka sanga tunikila dabana buna
Your body is trying to relieve itself of the impurities.
balatanga ni sasanga tigona yango me biuta ni maitumba na kasa sosoko tikia enanondanra
So diabetes is a curative reaction.
na matani suka endo na ngoni sal ni no na baka binakataki ko mai na yango
When a person have diabetes, they are trying to get well.
nindo e matani suka e sabi na katatigona yango me ba binakataki ko mai
If the body cannot throw the sugar out of the bloodstream,
ke vakasa sinirawa na yango me kototan maitumba na suka ko sa bavaku to ya e na salinra
the sugar will come down to the feet and the legs.
na suka ya sana lutu sombusara bana yaba ke na ngangalo ni yaba sarera
It will block your arteries and blood vessels.
e na songo ta na ngoni salinra eso
You will suffer edema, swelling.
saya me bubu de na yaba
You will suffer a diabetic sore.
sana ya me tutumu na
You would develop a diabetic sore.
sana momosi mai diabetic so
A diabetic sore will attempt to push the sugar out of the body through the sore.
saya ya vakil me sanga ko me bilinga tani mai tumba na suka ko sa sine chuka ya en ngoni en salinra
And I wanted to explain that to you.
ngandre ba me bo madala taka ya weekenda
Because no longer should we be afraid of so-called diseases.
me ya me daka ko ni rere vakati ko na matengo
But we can praise God when we have symptoms.
ya enda ba bina nga bona kalo ni ya ngoni sal no na bakatakila tingo na kalo ni tigo weekenda na mati
Allopathic medicine, drug medicine,
weira ke na wani mate e vakarota tigo ngo mai na we kemese so
is designed to stop the symptoms.
era nakitinga me taro na we bakatakil kile so ni mate
In other words, they have figured out how to make you feel better.
Rasada kata me ngoni salada ba me sulit alam matanga kinabi ko na maraw.
And most people are only concerned about feeling good.
Bala telewe ka nanda kawita ko lang me uchinga na mo si menda maraw tali.
And the medical system know how to make you feel good.
Matay saraira merda kabaya menda maraw tali okenda.
And you believe that feeling good means that you're free from the problem.
Kanta sa may vambo to kita ni nanda maraw ya sana bula may na tumati.
And we praise and exalt these men that know how to do that.
Kaya the menda bakalanglingir na bita may birango ni ramatay saraira na sulibikenda na bakadengu ya.
As highly educated men.
Vamata ni bola.
But the average drug addict and alcoholic can make you feel good. The average drug addict and alcoholic can make you feel good.
Nabi uni matikiria radaka ba me rawangan isulibiko to feel good.
And they don't have a medical education.
Sangabira na bully ko enda kilay tungoy urura.
So it's not about feeling good, it's about dealing with the problem.
Sanga ni kanim namu feeling good siya mo maraw mo wali analanga.
So now let's take a look at what is diabetes and what causes diabetes.
Menda sare da saramandango na dava manda na mata ni suka kay na dava vakabuna na mata ni suka.
Diabetes is often referred to by doctors as diabetes mellitus.
Kaya bosa kibir na kinandaw ina walimbula na bantengo na diabetes mellitus.
It describes a group of metabolic diseases in which the person has high blood glucose blood sugar level.
Vakaritaki ni tiko kinendo na metabolic diseases. Katiko ya na nanra na suka. Nevara watang ningin ni suka ile usar.
Diabetes is a condition by which you have poor digestion and poor assimilation.
Balata talanga ni molmalumu na kinanggangi nakakana.
Your metabolism is not working properly.
Kaya na mo metabolism siyang tiko ni nakataka pa binakatiko.
All food must be broken down to its simplest level.
Nakakana kidenda kanya doon menggangi somusara doon na kinibatang ngende sara ko kilana yango.
When you eat a bowl of beans,
niyo bakaya nga taka doon na bowl na beans.
That is really a bowl of protein.
And on a bowl of protein.
But when you eat the bowl of protein,
niyo bakaya nga taka doon na bowl ni protein.
Your digestional system break down the protein to amino acids.
Musumusu ka somu na namung dabimbudo na bowl protein ya to
amino acids.
Amino acids.
When the beans are broken down to amino acids,
ningon sa musumusu kisombu kina sa hanggang kisombu ya may adabo na amino acids.
Then your cells, your tiny little cells, can eat from the amino acids.
Sangay raw ni ba bot-bot na yango, sinusuti ni yango may na amino acids ya.
As your cells eat up the amino acid,
inisaba kaya nga taka na isuti ni yango ya na kinakakana na amino acids.
It reduces the amount of nourishment that you had put in your body.
Vakalilay taka na
it reduces the amount of nourishment that you have, eaten.
Vakalilay taka na levo ni nourishment.
All plant-based foods are carbohydrates.
Oire kaya na plant-based food. Era tingo na carbohydrates.
That word carbohydrate is a compound word. It's two words in one.
Ruan na bosa tiko ngay nandua.
Carbo means air.
Carbo navangi.
Hydro means water.
Na hydro ndakila na wai.
That means that most of our food should be in the form of air and water.
Kene bale doon me vunga nakaka nenda bakanga taka metiko na vangi sena wai.
that makes them easy to digest.
Rao kina melinga ginavika kanayongo.
At birth, we are nearly 70% water and oxygen.
Wina kani ninda sangay Sugumai ya na vika inda baka ngatakay vitu sanga bula pasyente why kino bangi.
So when we eat our fruits and vegetables,
Ya ninda baka ngatakaya na kakana na buani kaug se ibatake na doni bonua.
they are broken down to glucose.
Era may gangi somu mera glucose.
Glucose is a form of sugar.
Baka mele suka.
The cells will eat up the glucose and bring the glucose down.
Na bisotini yang era baka yang ataka na glucose ngo ka lakosombu
Just bring your glucose level down.
Kara baka lilita kamay na level ni glucose yan ang onda.
When you eat fats and grease,
Yo baka yang ataka na uro.
your body breaks the fat down to fatty acids.
Ka ena gangia sombu na na urongo me fatty acids.
If for any reason that the protein is not broken down to amino acid,
Kaya baka esanga ni gangi rawa na protein to fatty acid,
then you could suffer from a condition called an offensive protein in the bloodstream.
endo na matian
Offensive, a
offensive
bad
protein,
protein.
a bad protein, ena tiko ena nonda salinra.
It is a protein that have not been broken down to the amino acid level.
Ya endo na kaka na kwa sinra ni gangi sombu me ado baba na amino acid.
Those are free radicals. Free radicals. Radical.
Kaya era dambia keni tukutugoni. Iyo. Free radical
And if that protein is not broken down,
Kaya baka esa ni gangi rawa kwa nakaka na ya.
and that undigested protein end up in your lungs,
Kaya lakusombu sara ena namu datebuso.
there is no system in the lungs to break down that protein.
Siyang talindo na tikini ang itilo mo ko meron ni break tak na protein ya.
So that protein become an offensive protein.
Kaya kina me offensive protein ni yung onda na protein ya kwa siningang girawa.
It brings about irritation and inflammation.
Kutumay na nanduka na irritation, inflammation yan ang onda.
And then you develop bronchitis.
Yan ang mati sa lakubatamay.
You develop asthma.
Yan talaga.
Asthma is the attempt to try to remove the offensive protein that should not be in the lungs.
Yan ang muna yata kinanading wada, meron isang ati ko, may kututan may tuma na protein kwa salitaw tiga, kwa sa siningang girawa tiga.
So you began to have breathing problems.
Sa tatawo kinanonda
You began to try to cough up this mucus out of the system.
sa bubu, sa luka-luka na bubu, enda takaba.
That is your body trying to get rid of offensive protein that did not digest properly.
Balatanga na protein ko sa ati ko siningang girati ko sa sangay tingo may bangalala tagi may tumba.
If that protein end up in your sinus cavity,
Kaya baka sale yato sara na bunuaya na protein ko siningang girawaya.
undigested,
Iyo ko siningang giraw.
then it can cause you to have a sinus problem.
Sale yato kin na sinus na mo sininga bok.
And you get inflammation of the sinus.
Kata-kata sarangan na kukuha ni mo sininga bok na sinus.
If that offensive protein get up under your skin,
Kaya baka sambasi ka may na kuliniango.
it can irritate your skin.
Me mila.
Then you can break out with a lot of little bumps all over your body.
Kami karo se dapat tu na kuliniango.
That is called hives.
Yan na.
So you can see that digestion is so important.
Yang sasare ko ni bimbiti ko na kyanang gangi, gangi babi nakasarangan nakakana inda baka yang atak.
And if it end up in the body where it should not be, it's going to cause problems.
Kaya baka saya do indo na tikini ang onda ko sin dondo numiyado kina ya narama kami dondo na lenga na yato.
It is the same with diabetes.
Ito to bata saranga kina matrisuka.
When you eat your food or starchy foods,
Ni ovaka nga taka na nakakana ngo na starchy food.
are fatty foods,
Se nakakana sinekina na uro.
and if it's not broken down properly,
Kasanga ningangi babinaka
it can cause problems in your digestional system.
na makatiko ni na kune na lenga na dawimbudo.
Now let's talk a little about type 1 diabetes.
Dabi mo sa kita kamana na matay type 1 ni mate ni suka.
The body does not produce insulin in most cases when a person has type 1 diabetes.
Na yang na sini dakabaraw na insulin go kevaka sa tigubuan na type 1 go.
Some people refer to this type of as insulin dependent diabetes.
So erwakto ka ni insulin dependent diabetes.
That simply means that you're not able to make enough insulin, so you must be dependent on another source to get your insulin.
Kini balen ni ko na yangum sa siniraw ni dakabaraw tale na insulin. Kao sa bararabi kinando tale na sauce may sulibi ko na insulin.
They also call this juvenile diabetes.
Na talaga na juvenile diabetes.
The reason they call it juvenile diabetes,
Navuna e bakto kay kin na talaga na juvenile diabetes.
a juvenile is a young person.
Belata na juvenile e nangoni.
And the reason they call it that
Navuna nga e bakto kay kin go
is because they are born with that problem.
belata ni wasa sud nga may sa tigwata may kiko.
When they are born, they have a defect that is hindering them from making beta cells enough to produce insulin.
Ikeva ka enda sudu mai sa ko tiga na tubag nondam bula sana sinirati kin we kenda man may bulia talangona insulin.
Type 1 diabetes is not as common as type 2 diabetes.
Siyang sud sara ni lebu na type 2 diabetes may bakatigi ko type 1 kwenta sabi sa kita ko.
But it can be just as devastating
Ye era talanga ni viva ka rusay talanga.
unlike type 2 diabetes, which is largely caused by weight gain and poor nutrition and a lack of exercise.
Kana type 2 buwala nga may na kaya nanda sa lebu-lebu kaya na lelay ni kaka na yanga ko yanga weekenda nutrition na lack of exercise nanda sa ni bibaka ukota ka na yang onda kaya na other controllable risk factors.
So with type 1 diabetes, you're born like that.
Na type 1 yung sa sudu watamay.
There could have been some type of exposure to chemicals that could have made you become a type 1 diabetic.
Karo tala ni burumay na so na wani mate so ko may avagina may type 1.
But in type 2 diabetes, it is poor lifestyle.
Na type 2 sa number 2 basic may na bukuni nonda ibalabala na lifestyle. And ang bulia nga okenda.
It is believed that type 1 diabetes is an autoimmune disorder.
Na type 1 diabetes nanumiti ko sa atokay tiko may autoimmune disorder.
What that's really saying to us is
Na kinibalimbali weekenda
that our body is attacking its own self.
niyang usar nga batay ko sa valuto tiko na sotie ni na sotie nga niyango.
Especially the beta cells in the pancreas.
Pausibing ko na beta cells what kay na pancreas.
The beta cells in the pancreas of type 1 diabetes are not able to manufacture the insulin to control blood sugar in the body.
Orongo rusa na sinirawan ni wakatulewata ka na lewu ni suka etiko enayango.
As a result, blood sugar can get dangerously high or low.
Na rebu-rebu ni nanrosa sini ngarabarang ko ni tabi ko na suka enanumra raw ni tiko saridake karasarangan ni tiko talangai rasa.
What that is really saying to us
Na kandi na nga betu ko ni tiko bekenda
is that something has happened to the beta cells.
nindo na kasaya do na beta cells.
They are not able to produce enough insulin.
Sa siniraw ni sulia talemay na way kamango na insulin na beta cells.
But the purpose of the insulin
Na inaki ni insulin
is to bring down your blood sugar
me vakalilita ka na sugar level
from the foods that you eat.
Kwen may ba nakakana enda bakang tak.
And so you keep on eating
Nyo tomana tiku nga nanamukana.
the foods that you love,
Kwen nakakana maru tak mo bakang taka.
but you do not have enough beta cells producing enough insulin to bring down the sugar from the foods you've just eaten.
Kasasya nga vei ko na bersias ko me bibukiti ko na kena bakalutumi ko mai na insulin.
Now we can see the free radicals
Sana dana rede kya na kaya na bakadora.
that sugar in the bloodstream become a free radical.
Saya kina na suka na nonda ngoni salinra sena ngoni salinra me free radical.
And that can cause problems in the body.
Na ba huna sarangan na lang kaya na nonda mo.
Traditionally, type 1 diabetes is controlled with a combination of insulin injections or insulin pump, as well as careful counting carbohydrates in regard to activity level.
Sa kina bale na type 1 diabetes na kena control taki. Sena combination insulin injection, sena insulin pump. Kara me bukia tiko na kena wili kitiko ba binakasar na carbohydrates in regards to activity levels.
Now, when they give you an insulin injection or insulin pump,
Ya ni ngone soli kina be kondo na idula ni insulin go
and you do not modify or make changes in your diet,
ka sanga niyo bisota kana nomui fakaro ni kana
they would have to continuously increasing the insulin.
sana tego me bakalebuta kina lebu ni insulin na dula tigo be kenda.
The insulin has side effects.
Katiko na irebu ni insulin ko na dula tigo be kenda na be ngono ke.
And eventually you can have problem with your eyesight.
Sa tigo me na bakatakilay may anan tobo ni namuray sen
You can have problems with your kidneys
namukini telanga.
and many other related side effects.
Kaya na be tikinya ang taleso.
As bad as the drug medication may be, the drug medication may be bad,
Rawa ni kota may na da na medication na siya na wani mati siya na insulin ko dula tigo bigo ya.
but it might be necessary that you take it. It may be necessary for you to take the drug medication.
Na yato na sunang una sa doon mo na bakayang atak.
Now I want you to understand me clearly.
But-
If you're going to eat bad and live bad, you need to take bad medicine.
Iya binakan. Kaya baka saan tingin takatinga mo bakayang atak tiyo na kana o nikila nila o namakatalang mo na bakayang atak na buwan ikaw ito ko nang anatako yung sabayang atak.
You see, you can't expect to live and eat bad and then think you could take good medicine and it's going to be all right.
O sa nama ka mo dingin takating mo kana ni kana da o kila ni kotumina da ngena no mo bakayang atak na wani mati binak.
If two are yoked together, they need to be equally yoked together.
Eraw nga ni Roda kataga bata irua kiraw lamabata.
And if one is pulling this way and the other is pulling that way, then it's chaos in the body.
Kaya baka indua betul nemu kan onresa nanggo kena nemu woni ko menresa nanggo nanu menatapna yang.
And I know that many of you have refused to take your drug medication.
Levu weekenda lama-lama rota kan sini nanu mendapa kan ngata kan nabika herbal.
And you say, well, I'm going to trust God's program.
Kan sa nanu menda sa bagambauta na program we varuta na kalau.
God said, if you love me, keep my commandments.
Kana kalau kaya kalau maniaw talay raw kinanong guna.
And the first commandment we need to keep is thou shalt not kill.
Kaya namatay ni hunaw endo donu menda talay raw kina
Thou shalt not kill.
moga kuha ni lamba.
And we are literally killing ourselves to death on a full stomach.
Enda sa takabati ko nga na ibun, enda borokati nga na ibuno ya, enda bukod na tabakatawa na tingo nakitenda.
So, if you take your medication if you're not going to obey God.
Kaya bakaw na mo sa Torah na namu buwan ikaw, Torah na buwan ikaw ya, enda namu dingitaka mo kuni talirarawa na kalong.
But don't be presumptuous, though.
Kakungan itu na kena malio, kena mama, presumption.
However, when you take the insulin pumps and injections,
Ya, kaya kausan dingitaka mo tara na idulaya.
this can be an extremely difficult way to live.
Sana ya ndo ng bulan rin resara na dubiko.
That means you have to constantly be injecting and taking in this insulin in your body.
Saya da metiki ni nombul no mungan repati nga modula tigo na bingo no todo ko sara.
Now we want to look at how can we actually help a type 1 juvenile diabetic patient.
Ya, endan sana redang ko rawada menda bukea ke wakain dua ito biko yang na juvenile diabetic patients.
And keep in mind that the problem with diabetes is that the glucose is not being taken into the cells.
Menda baka sama takatiko na matengo belatanga na glucose.
The glucose is not going into the cells.
Sanga ni se yado sara ina sotian yang.
It's remaining in the bloodstream.
Se tigo nga enangon salinra se enanra.
So when you test your blood, it's going to read real high.
Ningon torikina nondanra en loribango ni tumbu sartunga na nondasuka.
If the insulin would go into the cells would eat it up and bring your blood sugar down, and it would test low.
Ningon sala ko kina na insulinia wana nonda sotin yango sa kanya ko na insulinia sa lutu so mo na ibaraw ni suka nondanra.
So we need to see how can we get the insulin the glucose out of the bloodstream into the cells.
So, enta na ba sangango mandarede na pasta ki bada ba may na insulin go, na glucose go ike.
And good quality insulin would do that. If the insulin is healthy, it will take the sugar or glucose out of the bloodstream and take it into the cells.
Na ba to takia na binakatuni no mo insulin ko na ba ipasta katiko na glucose go.
Now let's look and see how we can do that.
Dareda manda na takawada ba ya.
Arginine you need to take about 2 to 3 grams 3 times a day. That's an amino acid, arginine.
So, na arginine take about
2 to 3 grams.
2 to 3 grams. Sa wala ito kaya idake 3 times a day.
Arginine is an amino acid and is available in most health food stores are nutritional supplements.
Tiko na kango iba to kay na arginine iba na be store so kwara bakabati ko na kami ang balatan ng bula binako.
It was found that regular use of arginine in laboratory animals was able to stimulate the pancreas to produce beta cells.
Yan naman hindi kira sa kunera nangono raba ka tagitikina na arginine se dosage ngo bukir naman manu may beta cells produce beta cells.
Now why do we need to have more beta cells?
Dapat ngande bikina me lebu weekend na beta cells.
The beta cells produce insulin.
Belatani baka na insulin
from the pancreas.
Me na pancreas.
If you do not have enough beta cells, you will not be able to produce enough insulin.
Kaya baka siya na beta cells na sotiango na sinrani wasudumirawan na bay insulin go.
Another important herb is golden seal.
Dua talengo na golden seal.
You need to start taking about 4 capsules of golden seal 3 times daily.
Dondon me vana bilo. Vana capsules. Vatulun don singa.
Golden seal is an herb with a long history of medical use, both in the East and the West.
Yan naman ay kunikina, au sinitora sila na itigong bakaibigan na sisanga. Adangolaya. Oi. Yan adangolaya, weekend na veokani, metori tigungo 3 times daily.
Modern science believe that part of its value as a treatment lies in the fact that it contains berberine.
Rather saban di kia barawa ni tigo kina na beka ero ni buki kenda na buku ni matengo.
Berberine is a bioactive compound.
Na berberine ya a bioactive compound.
Berberine has been shown in studies on laboratory animals that works like arginine to stimulate the production of the pancreatic beta cells, which the body needs to make insulin.
Na kaya idakabati ko na nadangolaya na sinalala. Raw ni bibu kita lang ako na kinalimbuli na bisoti ang na beta cells. Ko bibu kisara na kina dakamay na insulin mebu kaya na yang.
Now, I want to make sure you comprehend what I'm talking about, and that's why I wanted him to come up here and say it in your own language, because I don't want you to miss this, and it's really important that you understand.
Wina kana kaya ngandre butigo ko ya me vande otaki belat merani kuninda dala tau kenda nabika kede wasiiti kongo.
There are other herbs that will do the same thing as golden seal.
So talangan nakau tutuwa tasara nakaroda ka boro ko rondo sare da may liu.
And I had planned to have a list of your own herbs here, but I just didn't have time to do it last night, but I will eventually get it to you.
Ka tigungo so nakau ko tigungo bekenda sabaru taka tigo ko ya dinangan isin nabibiro ro tigo nangauna menabarita kina.
But Oregon grape root have a large amount of berberine in it.
Oregon grape root dokila na kena wabiti kya nakauya ke is this
I'm not sure.
Okay. Yo doya Oregon grape root. Ito to batasaranga kina karo da kabrona ruiluya.
Also another one is barberry and Chinese golden thread.
Ruotale tikoya barberry kina Chinese golden thread.
They can be used to substitute for golden seal if you don't have golden seal.
Erani bakanga takia maybe susomita kibana golden seal.
Now let's talk a little bit on type 2 diabetes.
Vibusa kimanda menta vibusa kitakamanda na type 2 diabetes.
Once again, berberine is a phytochemical plant found in many different plants.
Na barberine ako nda sabi sa kaya plant chemical.
When used in herbal medicine, the usual source are barberry, golden seal, Oregon grape.
Ningon eva ka ngata kina me wani mate ya na bika kede tigo kina kona ka bika usot ito sare da meliu.
It is the main alkaloid of which Asian folk medicine used to treat diabetes.
Eva ka ngata kima na bibonongo me waluta sarangan na mate ni suka.
One study published just last year
Ang pagsauti nga kunikina na wandidikengo
looked at the effects of berberine on how well muscle cells take in sugar.
Kunikina na ngunisala tarakina na babarin go na kamembaleta na suka.
As you probably already know, except when we are actively exercising, sugar cannot get into the muscles unless insulin is present to escort it in.
And the sakila kebaka enda siangani baku kwayango tiko na suka na sinrani durrawa na masela ni ngonda baka bo kebe kaukina na insulin.
So we need to get the sugar into the muscle cells.
Kangandre bikina me kau na sukango na yango vidi ko yango.
And one of the best way to get it into the muscle cells is to use your muscles. Use your muscles is the best way to get it into your muscle cells.
Ya na ngunisala raw dondo me ba kaukine kya na insulin.
So we need to exercise.
Dodon men exercise.
Use those muscles.
Ebola tinabe bidi ko yango ya.
And then you take the berberine and then you can really bring that sugar level down.
Kangay bakangata kina na wani matia ena valutuya sara na iba tanginingin din suka.
That is why the blood sugar goes up when patients either do not have enough insulin or when the insulin they do have does not work.
Pinaka yana na kain do tumbukin na suka baleta dua isang ni lebu bekenda na insulin kasi ang itigo na insulin iya rasasang ni takabarato na tabindo do merangara.
So it's either you're not making enough insulin are you making a poor quality of insulin?
Erawan yo baka sudumati ko na way ingo na insulin iyo erawan ni era poor quality tu.
Just like insulin, it activates the same biochemical pathway that signals cells to take up more sugar. And just like insulin, the greater the amount of berberine they expose the cells to, the more sugar they'll take up.
Mina kaya nakaya ka na insulin ni tiko na ngonda. Tuko ni tingo the greater the amount of berberine they expose the cells to, the more sugar they took up.
So we're going to see here just how easy it is to reverse diabetes.
And then tole redango rawada menda baka sukale sutale na matingo na matini suka.
In my clinic in the States,
And bunoni nongu bengarabi my the States
I tell my patients when they come in,
ando wasala takira ero ramengarabi and bunoni nongu bengarabi.
that if I cannot get them off of their insulin,
Ke baka usini rawani baka vinakataka na nonra level ni insulin.
they don't have to give me not one penny. They don't have to give me any money.
Kuni sulibe ando nila.
It is just that easy to reverse.
Ya nakiana raraw me bakali suitale nga.
And to me, it is a sin against God
Veyaw o ya na nonda palwalada buwana kalong.
to know better,
Menda kila
and yet continue to eat in violation of God's health law.
iya endangay talaindende tuka nga.
Now look what God did.
Rada na kaya ka na kalong.
He said that better than metformin for diabetes
Vale tu ida kaya vinakatake na metformin for diabetes.
And we know that metformin is the main drug they're going to give you if you're diabetic.
Enda kila vinaka ni ngonga na voni ka endo usuli kenda ena bukuni nonda matani suka.
Let's see what scientific validations say about berberine.
Dari mandana kena vandindi na bukuni ka memale na beberin.
In fact, this study shows that berberine might just be the best medication there is, natural or otherwise, for diabetes.
Ibarate sartungango ni beberin number 2 say the best medication ko erin da baka ngata sa natural.
So now they're letting us know that berberine may be the very best of medication for a diabetic.
Kembali oire buru-bura erin do kila na matingo era sa vandindi ta ni beberin nga erin bukia na nanda matini suka.
So they're going to do a comparison test.
Nana tawale menda vitunda ite kamanda dona test ngo.
Half of the patients took 500 milligrams of berberine 3 times daily.
Okay, fe mama ni tabi matera tauritiko 500 milligrams. Baka tolu enan dona singa.
And they took 500 milligrams of the drug metformin
Kar talangan na 500 milligram ko na wani mati ko sul may balimbulang.
for 3 days.
Tolu talangan na singa.
Let's see what happened.
Naran man na tabanay kangayado.
Then the researchers measured the participant blood sugar level for the next 3 months.
Sarto nangay wakaruta ka na sugar level and bulag tolu.
Here, what happened.
Rada na kayado.
It turned, in terms of blood sugar control,
And nabuko ni kaya na control taki na suka. Enara.
both treatments work equally as well.
Raudaka rurua saranga na huani ka rurongo.
So that means that the berberine and the metformin worked about the same level.
Toto bata na kaya raudaka ba.
The fasting blood sugar went down by 30%. And the sugar level after eating, called the pulse level, went down even more to 45%.
Erua na sugar level ya lutu. Dua and 30% fasting blood sugar. Kandua tale. Le lutu sara na 45%.
So once again, the metformin and the berberine did about the same thing.
Toto bata na kaya raudaka ba.
But here's the really astounding astonishing thing about berberine.
Ngona ka biba kurumbuita ke enabuguni baberin.
All of this happened within the first 2 to 4 weeks of taking the treatment.
Ngona ka ya tiko enamatay ni rua ke na vana madawa enang wakadoriti ko na vingaraving.
Unlike metformin, there was no side effects at all in any of the patient taking berberine.
Ia asinindo na side effect may vikuango me bakatakiro torotsi na beberin.
So even though they was working about the same, there was no side effects in taking the berberine.
Dinangani raw totoo na karo ka ba ia asinindo na side effect itori ni wakanga takatik na beberin.
In addition to the sugar level, the A1C level went down as well.
Na sugar level ya A1C lutu talanga.
A full 20%.
Rosa nga bula pasende.
That may not sound like a lot,
Siyang ambeka ni rong lew.
but it is a very significant improvement.
Ia endua na visa ulew eda kabaya.
And what doctors want to measure is that A1C level. Because the A1C level is measured over probably 2 or 3 months period. And if you can maintain a good ratio during that period, that means your A1C level is doing good.
Authority ko na A1C level ngo nando na ngona ka kaya kaya marro ito ko na nabatang ngin dia sa nanumikina ni ebina kana test ya.
If that A1C level stay elevated, it makes you more prone to cardiovascular problems, or heart problems.
Kaya kaya tumbuti ko na A1C level ya may tumbuti ko na koto may bidatal na lenga.
In addition to the remarkable effects of it had on the blood sugar control, berberine had another important effect that metformin did not have.
Bina ka ni may eloreti ko ni beberine tiko tale sona kai bina ka wasi bida ki may metformin.
Now we're going to see another good effect of taking berberine.
Go endovira.
Triglycerides are the fats found in the bloodstream that the cells metabolize for energy.
Bina ka indo na kaya triglycerides and na fats found in the bloodstream kuniti ko non the salinra.
Now your body uses sugar for energy.
Yang anda na ngon na suka.
Your body uses protein or amino acids for energy.
Yang anda talanga na protein sa amino acid.
Your body uses fat or fatty acids for energy.
Yang anda talanga na uro sa fatty acids.
Since type 2 diabetes do not effectively burn fat,
balata ni type 2 isang asutisara ni bakama na uro,
that is why they get fat.
Yan huna daw tuki na uro bekena.
In other words, they are not burning up that extra fat they're eating, and they're gaining weight from that.
Isang kinawira ko mer bakama na uro ko enda baka ngatakatiko ko na huna levu kina na levu bekenda na uro.
And remember now, if they're not using up that fat is building up in the body.
Balata ni sini baka ngataki na uro ya saya do mer tara kiambay yang onda na uro.
And the triglycerides level are going up.
Ka tigabu metao kina na level me kena tumbudaki.
In this study, those patients taking berberine had no reduction in their triglycerides level of 21.
Yana karangay kunya raw. Yana bo kuni nanrabandindikengo.
In other words, in this study, those people taking berberine had a reduction in their triglycerides level of 21. Is what I meant to say.
Veira torti ko na beberin, yana kay lutusomo na level may 21%.
But those taking metformin had no reduction at all.
Kaya torti ko na metformin isang saranganin do na luto eloray.
With no reduction in their triglyceride level, their triglycerides level went up.
Kaya kin may tumbudake na triglyceride level.
This indicated that berberine not only improved the sugar metabolism, but also improved the fat metabolism.
Kina membale na beberin bukia ruwa na level ni ruwa na wasi ni warawaya.
And this is what making berberine a much better natural medication than metformin.
Gona kaya wasi bikin na beberin.
This might make berberine the most effective overall medication for diabetes that exists today.
Kaya kina me usibi dake mai beira ko era bolita kituni ko na berberine.
How much berberine should you take?
Dava na ibakarau ni wani kaongose na wani matengo motora.
If you are type 1 diabetes,
Kaya type 1,
you need to take 500 to 1,000 milligrams 3 times daily.
yan ay barau ndon motora tiko na singa tul nursing.
Another very good natural medicine to take if you're diabetic is stevia.
Do talengo rinda bakay ang taka ke bakay tiko be kenda na matengo ni mateni suka. Stevia.
This is a natural sweet plant.
Ngoe kamida.
Now widely popular as a sugar substitute.
Karao me be susumita ke na buku ni suka.
It is a good choice for diabetics for other reason other than avoiding a lot of simple carbohydrates.
Karao niyo bakay ang taka me susumiti ko na muni bakay ang taka nanda bakay ang taka na suka.
It contains compounds which have been shown to rejuvenate pancreatic beta cells that has been damaged.
Yan be kay tigo buwa na stevia. Meron ni buki atalaki na pancreas na kaya na bulletin na beta cells.
So stevia has the ability to revive beta cells in the pancreas.
Katiko buwa na spiritualia ni rani vakambula talemay me revive takamay the beta cells ko sa batavan.
Fig leaves is another important natural medicine.
Fig leaves. Damo lolo. Don lolo.
Fig leaves contain a compound which have currently not been isolated, but which are believed to have anti-diabetic effects.
Yan na kay tiko banan raw ni lolo.
And there are others,
Bunga taleso.
such as valdium sulfate.
Vanadium sulfate.
Garlic is another important natural substance for diabetics.
Na garlic talanga.
And this is a really good one here. Drinking green string bean juice.
Duongo kabina kasara. 3 ounces of green string bean juice 2 times daily.
Just drinking 2 to 3 ounces of string bean juice a day is equivalent to 5 to 10 units of insulin.
Namungunu bati ko wala nga anggo ni barongo baka toto batanga.
Just drinking 2 to 3 ounces of green string bean juice is equivalent to 5 to 10 units of insulin.
5 to 10 units of insulin.
Anytime you work with a diabetic, you must put them on chromium.
Dondo numera
Chromium.
chromium. 100 meg of chromium 2 times daily.
An herb that I'm sure most of you are familiar with is bitter melon.
Dona meleningo bitter melon.
Since
Oi, karela. Abidala tinada na weekend, eh?
And you can eat the bitter melon, you don't have to take it in capsule form. You have it over here where you can just get it fresh, and it's really good for diabetes.
Karela rasin itu makete suba.
There are different phases that diabetes can go through. You can be what they call a pre-diabetic.
Go so na be stages ni matini suka. Tikungo indua na pre-diabetics.
And where your body is slowly developing into, a diabetic condition.
Ya ni bekasa tiku me basi tiku mai sona bata krikela ni sa tiku be ko na matini suka.
I'm going to spend just a few moments here on explaining how doctors can determine what type of diabetic and, just let you know more about your condition.
Terolangan dorong nalalang me va matal tiku langa na kairan do takawa na buniwai na kinan daw na buguni kena tike na mating on matin suka.
Doctors can determine whether a patient has a normal metabolism or prediabetes or diabetes in one of three different ways. There are three possible tests.
Go e sona test narando da kawa na vuni wai ningo na mele check te kina na vuni kame maleta na matin suka. Tolu.
So there are three possible tests that kind of let them know about your condition.
Go e tolu na test endo wakadori me lore kina na matin suka.
One of them is called the A1C test.
Duango na A1C test.
When they do this test, they can measure to find out if you are diabetic or pre-diabetic.
Eroni kune na bukuni test go se sa tigo na matin suka se sengai tigo bu tigani ni batang ni matin suka.
And so you really want to keep that A1C down below 6. I would say probably 5.7, not to go up to 6.
Kaya kaulay test aki me tabole me tiko nga na 5.7 me kuha sa ni CV na 6.5.
And that is really important because if your A1C is elevated and you're diabetic, your arteries are aging 10 years faster than your actual age.
Yan kay ekotamay kaya baka sa CV tiko ne batang ngende ni suka bekenda.
So that means if you're diabetic and you got an elevated A1C and you're 50 years old, you're really 60 years old.
Yeah. Na baka kuskus ta na ireray na tambay na baki ni nondambula. Kaya baka bakilim sa ulo sana kay mo ireray sana baki ono sa ulo.
Another test is called the fasting plasma glucose test.
Dua talingo, fasting plasma glucose test, FPG.
And the other one is an oral glucose tolerance test.
Dua tal na oral glucose tolerance test.
Now let's talk a little about fat used for energy.
David talo tama na nakango na fat for energy, eh?
The condition developed when your body cannot produce enough insulin.
Go na kaendo ya da ningo na siyang ni produce ta karaw kina babina kanayango na insulin.
Insulin normally plays a key role in helping sugar glucose, a major source of energy for your muscles and other tissues, to enter into your cells.
Enda kila na dakada kay dakaba na insulin ni banangon na buguni kame baleta na suka.
Why does fat increases blood glucose level?
Nataba na fat increase blood glucose.
Has this ever happened to you?
Saya da o timba veiko.
You eat a meal such as pasta with garlic and bread and dessert.
Dua na kaya iko abakaya ngataka kakanaya.
You take either the appropriate amount of insulin for the carbohydrates in the meal or your oral medication.
O abakaya ngataka na insulin for the carbohydrate, nandun ang kana, kaya na oral medications.
So in other words, you just ate your garlic, your pasta, your dessert, so you take the amount of insulin you need to try to bring it down.
Yeah, nanamu bakaya ngataka na katalaw ba kaya? Kasaya do mo sanga me lutuso mo na mo insulin.
You check 2 to 3 hours after eating, and you see your blood glucose level, that it is in a range so far, so good.
Ni ote to rua kinatol na ua, ka tole me bakaruta kital na mo waro ni suka, oreda ni so far, so good, it's right.
Then, you wake up the next morning with a very high number.
O yan ramay na singa tarawa sa tusar tungay daki.
And you wonder, I took this blood sugar level before I went to bed, and it was reading good, but when I woke up the next morning, it was high. What happened?
Oreda ni vida la tibale, unyo sa kay baro mo de ndono tu. Ngo unyo sa yan ramay sa vida la sar na kaya na sa tumudaki.
There are two reasons.
Ruwa na muna.
First, the pasta, the garlic bread, and the desserts are, for the most part, a mixture of carbohydrates and fats.
Tuango, balata na bakaya kabi ni combination ni ko bakaya ngataka, they are a mixture of carbohydrate and fat.
But it is the fats in the meal that are contributing to the elevated reading.
O kwe na uroya se na fete a e bakabun na kena visa na reading ya.
Now, from our previous studying here this morning, we found that the body will use fat for energy.
Endare na matakani kwa may na tikitik unang dabuli ni na yango
The body will use fat for energy.
na yango batik ko ya bakalilitakan na fat weekenda for energy.
But you do not want your body to use fat for energy.
Ya ni siya ni ngandeba may baka ngatakan na yango ya for energy.
If it's using too much fat for energy, it's going to cause kidney failure.
Kaya baka na baka ngataka ya for energy na baka langana on the kidney.
Although carbohydrates is a nutrient that has the most immediate effect on your blood sugar level. Although carbohydrates is a nutrient that has the most immediate effect on blood glucose level.
Di na nga ni kung carbohydrate ya has the most immediate effect and a level ni non suka.
Fat is not glucose neutral,
Na fat isa nga ni glucose neutral.
but only a small portion of the triglycerides fat molecules can be used as glucose.
Endo nga ni wasililay ni fat ya era ni baka yang taki.
This very small addition to glucose pool cannot be the source of your high blood glucose reading.
Kasi nga kina ni era ni baka yang taki na fat lilaya meron ni tumbura.
So if the fat does not directly raise the blood glucose, what is doing it?
Ya kaya baka sini baka dorea na fat lilaya na daba nga baka bun na kaya bisa ungo na wili-wili ni non suka.
Without enough insulin, your body breaks down the fat for energy and fuel.
Ya ni siya nga na insulin na yango breakdown fat for
In other words,
insulin.
you don't
Yes, fuel.
have enough insulin to pull the carbohydrates into the cells to use for energy, so your body will revert to using fat for energy.
Balat ni siya nga weekend na insulin na yango ena lesutale be fat me baka bangaramay kina nakaya nga driving.
This process produces a buildup of acid in the bloodstream called ketones.
Go na ka nabe kaya da kabango na yango sa yada nango na ketones.
Eventually leading to diabetic ketoacidosis if untreated.
Kakauti kenda yani kaluti kenda yani ena buku ni diabetic kaya baka isa nga ni garabi.
This is so important to understand,
Go mbimbi menda kila.
because if those ketones are elevated, it's letting you know that you're heading to be put on a dialysis machine.
Kaya baka na siya nga ni control takingo se beauty nga metumbu nakanga na taraba maya and na lakoy walimbola na dialysis.
And it's an easy process to test the ketones by taking a little dipstick, putting it in a little urine specimen, and you can check to see if the ketones are elevated.
Yan na test endaro ni dakaba kaya baka enda be redo lang se bata bati ko na ketones.
If you have diabetes, you are at risk of diabetes. Learn the warning signs of diabetic ketoacidosis and know when to seek medical care.
Kaya baka na wakila okenda ninda to weekend tiko na matrin suka tole mo wakila na be sikina leso na warning signs.
So if you're working with a patient
Kaya baka wingarabi ko wa indua
and you're trying to help them,
kangandre mo bukira
and you discover that their ketones are elevated,
ka oreda ya ni sa baka tumbu na ketones.
if you cannot get those ketones down, you need to take them to the medical facility.
Kaya baka sanga mo bakalutu yang guys ini lutra bakuskus te ko sara wa indua na daw ni wingarabi bunuway.
Because they could go into ketoacidosis.
Ya na kaya na relita ka ba.
And make sure that if their ketones are elevated, do not let them go for a long walk.
Kaya baka ni reda ni tumbuti ko ya na ketones meka ko ni tombale bambalaw.
And this is where a lot of lay people make a big mistake.
Gona buno may bunga era le davatiko ka adotiki kina menda saniki badalaka mbega na kainda dakau.
It's because we know, and it is true, that if you have diabetes, you should get plenty of good exercise.
Belatani dondonu endakilatiko ni dondo ni tobiko matisuko dondon me exercise valeu.
But that do not apply to a diabetic that have high ketones.
Ya eseni sangani apply ta ki beira ko tigo beira ko na kena matanggal ko ni high ketones.
If you walk them a lot with high ketones, you're going to accelerate the ketoacidosis.
Ya ni ngai bakatombal ta gira tale na tumusara ba sibia na ketones.
Now let's look at some of the foods that we got to be aware of that is causing a problem.
Go esona kaka na ko evaporate ko mai na lengango.
And remember now, diabetes is a curative reaction.
Manina no mani ni matinisuka
Diabetes is a curative reaction of the body.
It's a curative reaction of the body.
It's your body trying to get well. So what is the disease then? The disease is your wrong choices. Cassava. Cassava is, I've tasted a few times and it's delicious. And it's healthy. But it may be poison for a diabetic. You cannot or should not follow any ethnic or cultural connection when it comes to eating. You should not follow any ethnic or cultural connections when it comes to eating. Sona gangarau ni mendadakava ninda vivo sakita katigungo na mati nisuka. I was born in the southern parts of the United States. My culture is to eat soul food. My culture is to eat soul food. And that eat fried grease, chitlins, and all kind of barbecue, and just all kind of bad food. And when you eat like that, you cool, you know what's going on. And because of that, we have one of the highest rate of cardiovascular disease and high blood pressure. Ain't nothing cool about that at all.
Nothing cool with that.
In your country, there are foods that you've been raised up on. And I'm not saying they're bad foods. But you're going to have to learn to cook them healthy. Properly combine them in proper proportion. Reduce the amount of consumption of those good foods. Cassava is a pure sugar. When you eat a bowl of cassava, you're eating a bowl of sugar. You see, your body don't know it's cassava. Your body do not know cassava. Your body know chemistry. Your body said that's a starch. And all starches are converted to sugar. For a person that's got a healthy pancreas, they can eat the cassava. But if a person that is a diabetic, going to have problems. I ate some of this, I think, this morning, Torah. Tastes really good. It really did. It also is a starch.
Tats talang, tats kena.
And when you eat Torah or cassava, you have to chew it real well.
Nyo bakang takiraong ko, don mo mamasar ba binaka?
Because in your saliva you got amylase.
Belata na weli ko mengangi kina na ruwa na kakanango.
You got enzymes in your saliva that break the starch down.
Ko me rawa kina me wamatelele taki mengangi kina ba binaka ruwa na kakanango.
And begin the digestion of the starches.
Sa tigo mengangi kina na stats.
If you eat it too fast,
Kau mamaya ka ngani ba totolo?
the Torah or cassava will end up in the stomach partially digested.
Kaya tu kina dabimbu tiki na tu since mamay ba binak.
And then it would end up in the bloodstream partially digested.
Kalian sara ina ngoni salin ra tiki na taltunga.
Couscous is another starchy pasta.
Couscous.
Yeah, yeah, it's all right.
It's like a kasa.
It's a bowl of sugar also.
Yeah, indo talangan na bilit suka ya.
Pasta is a bowl of sugar.
Pasta and bread is.
I'm going to ask you to tell me what that one is.
Oh, kokonda.
Coconut. Okay. You know, I was just looking at that. I noticed they use a lot of coconut cream in a lot of different dishes here. Coconut is good.
Na niyo binaka.
It's what you're doing to mess it up. That's the problem.
Nakanga obi wakia watagina.
If you would just leave the coconut alone, it would be very healthy for you, but you like to put a lot of grease and a lot of fish and a lot of other stuff in it, and you mess a good thing up.
Kaya makai niyo nga bandondo numbu, binaka ya, nito sawa kia bango, nito talaka iti kumemura.
So I'm not encouraging you to get rid of this good food you have.
But I'm
simply saying if you want good health, you're going to have to modify it. Prepare it as wholesome as possible. Okay? You can say what that one is.
Topoi.
Okay. So, how you pronounce that? Topoi?
Yeah.
Okay. You like to have that with a lot of butter, I was told.
Yes.
Well, butter, in particular, or grease, can make you a diabetic quicker than sugar can.
Nambata raw ni baka totoo takasara may bana suka nanda mata ni suka.
And another one?
Homemade bun.
Homemade bun.
Yes. Okay. Lolo bun. Oh, it's lolo bun with coconut.
Okay. It's probably not so bad. But the cassava cakes is one that you, once again, I'm sure it's delicious, but it's what you mixing in it that is messing it up.
Bala ba eh? Sange bachi stel tuani ko
Your curry, chicken curry.
Karitoa.
Now with curry, your chicken curry, you using plantains, potatoes. Sometimes you mix that in it. Plantains is a starch. Potatoes is a starch. That's the two starches you could add right to that curry chicken. And then you got the fat of the curry chicken. All of that can make your condition worse.
No, sama sini kamu bikin ni na karitoa. Lebu na kaya stats.
Custard pies. Now this is a heart attack in making. Heart attack.
This is go na heart attack in the making. Go na namusada kap sa tinga na heart attack. Iko niyo sa kap na.
So you got eggs and sugar and salt, and I mean it's just, you know, all that mixed up together. It's a recipe for a heart attack.
Na recipe kaya ngo sa bulyang na matinuto.
And this is one that I found that really was pretty good. You know, it's really, and I'm sure you all know how to make it healthy. Yeah. But most of the recipes I've seen messed it up also.
Kila ko reda ko ni bakay binaka yo na recipe to kongorira bakay relay badada natal. Now
we're going to get away from something, and it's going to be not going to be so pleasant. we're going to see the results of making bad choices.
Go
Okay?
in the Sanalande by Sonaka sin ni Maru Takatamba ni Narida, Belatani na non dingidal.
They are performing 3 amputations a day in Fiji.
Iviti e tolu natamatay selen donasinga.
That's a lot.
Asa CBS sarang.
And that leads the world.
Go esonay tambay taurimay. Nayabango. Is it ali?
I'm going to see what it plays. It may not play. So we're going to take a look at the effects of eating bad.
Go na revu ni onding takamokana.
That is not a piece of chicken.
Go sini tingin ito ango.
That's somebody's foot.
Go ren do na yabani tamata.
And it comes from making bad choices.
Basic go non dingidal.
And if your blood sugar continue to be elevated, it's going to happen to you.
Kevaka tigo kina na suka ngo na weekend.
I talked to people just yesterday. They said, I don't want to get an amputation.
So kime vimsa kina no era kaire au sini bina kata me musune banko.
Faith without works are dead.
Na vakambota siya ni takataki emati.
So, and here's another one right here.
Gotalendua.
And we have to clean off the dead tissue.
Go kito tumuli baso sa batang may na bitigin niya sa matitu.
That tissue is dying on his feet because of poor blood circulation.
Sa may matitu na tikin niya ngo yava nang balatang ni sa seni circulate ni na insulin.
And they have to debris it off. They have to cut it off so that they can try to stop the infection that is trying to develop on the foot.
Kito sa sanga wala nga me kito musukat tayo ni me tarawa ka nakinaluva ke denevan.
He cannot feel that at all
Yung ko sinibagila to ko ni sa tungo.
because the nerves are dead
Sa mati ke dito na nanabi ke denevan.
because of poor circulation.
Balatan ni sa sinimbasi ka ni nanra ko kutus ka nambula.
If you continue to be disobedient,
Kaya baka danding takot singa men talain rin.
transgress the dietary laws, this will happen to you.
Men talain rin na lawa ni nonda kana go na kana the weekend.
And this is not to frighten anyone, this is a fact. A fact. Now, how do we treat that?
Yo, engkare bada ba irong.
Here we treat it by using cayenne and sugar poultice.
Go baka ngata kya na cayenne ke na sugar poultice.
So sugar is a carbohydrate.
Sugar is a carbohydrate.
And when we pour that on a gangrene or old sore, it would oxidize.
Ya na kaya sa baka durtiko, no na baka durtiga na yalalong.
I'm going to repeat that again. Sugar is a carbohydrate.
Suka e carbohydrates.
When you pour sugar on an open wound,
Ni sovana suka en mavuat tandola
it would oxidize.
en oxidize.
And as it oxidizes, it will destroy the bacteria, microbes, virus infections that is on the skin.
E vama te avando na matike de ko tiko ya na open wound ya.
Sugar is so deadly
Ka varere bagsaranga na suka.
that bacteria cannot live in it. Bacteria cannot live in sugar.
Ni raman tanga ni rasinimbula ro na bacteria en suka.
So you just simply take some sugar, put some cayenne pepper in it, and pour that on top of the wound.
Na kaya ka tiga toranga na suka so wasaranga na mata ni mawa.
Now you can also use manuka honey and turmeric
Erano bang atang talangango munikahan na turmeric sa na karnindia.
in equal parts. Equal parts. Apply that.
Kani baraw ya.
Apply that over the diabetic wound.
Bar bitaya na mawa, mata ni mawa.
This is my favorite one here for working with diabetic sores.
Go endo na koe tali biau.
Take sugar
Torna suka
and iodine.
kina iodine.
Mix them together
Wakiro wata
and apply that over the diabetic sore.
biuta ya aplata kaya ena mavoa matani suka.
When you put it on the diabetic sore, the sugar would dissolve. It would turn to liquid.
Nanganon bitikine ay waidalanga na suka ena matani mavoya.
When it turned to liquid, put some more sugar and iodine on it. Some more.
Ingona sa waidala kine suwatala ni kina suka.
Keep doing it until the sugar stops dissolving.
So vati ko ya dabana ngono sare dani sa sini waidala raw na suka.
When the sugar stops dissolving, you have totally disinfected the wound.
Ningono sa sanga kina ni waidala suka iko sa pamatia saranga si sa walia na mabuati ko.
Then you take 2 large buckets, big buckets of water, 1 hot water, 1 cold water.
Gai taure rua na voke te wai mendua me wai kata ndua wai mata.
Place the foot with the gangrene sore on it into the ice cold water.
Gai tonia na vana kaya vana ko mavoya ena wai mata.
Take it out in ice water.
Wai mata me ba ice.
Take it out of the ice water, put it into the hot water.
Lavet maya bita wana wai kata.
Do that back and forth several times.
Takapati ko ya.
Then, if you got a sore on his leg, on the front part of his leg, you spank it under the back side of the leg.
Kaya kaya mavoati ko ya na vana iliu mo sambi damay nanda kunya vana may muri.
That will cause blood to start coming out of the wound.
Sa tigabu mo na reda nanra sa pambasi kamay vana matini mavoya matini sukaya.
When it start bleeding,
Ningono sa anraki na
you start praising God,
iko ba yung nakabuha na kalo.
because that person is going to get well.
Ni sa ranimbol na tamataya.
Here's another case that I worked with a diabetic,
Go indo talangan na patient dakata kinakwa matini suka.
diabetic leg.
Matini suka na vana.
And here you can see that the tissue is all just decaying, it's all dead.
Go koreda na kulinyang onang go nanduro ng bek go sa mati kedu sa lolotungo.
And many times they had to have an amputation. They had to have their limbs cut off, amputation.
Ayata kina may musu na vana.
Once you have your foot or your arm cut off,
Ingono sa musu kina na vamos siya na lingamo.
your problem have just began.
Ya sangay tekebu na
You will
namulang.
develop a condition called neuropathy pain,
Ya na kondisi ni ko sa tekebuta kaya.
phantom pain, phantom.
Dona musi, dona tobo ni musi sana tarayo ko.
That means that foot that's been hurting you for years, you got it cut off thinking that you finally is finished with that.
Baleta niya sando hutu tumay na bamuya sa may musu sana numan sa uliaya na lenga.
You still feel that foot hurting you, even though it's been cut off.
Iko na bakilatingan na musi, hindi na nga niyo sa reda ni sa musu.
How do you stop that phantom or neuropathy pain?
Ona tarababada ba na musi ko.
Take you some cayenne pepper,
Torreson na kentepa,
mix it in some coconut oil,
mix ta bata na coconut oil se virgin oil, coconut virgin oil.
put a little peppermint
Bita balelekin na peppermint,
in the coconut oil,
en alumani waya,
and apply that over the skin.
ngay buluta tiko ya se mo walia tikina na kulini angona, sinangona.
And that will stop the phantom or neuropathy pain.
Ya en taro babando na mosi ko ya tiko ya.
Now, I'm almost finished. Just a few more slides and I'll be finished with this.
Abo la
section.
kasar ni daba sabi to tingo bi na slide.
These are real cases of people in India that had a lot of diabetic sores.
Gora kisi dinasaranga mai India ko era tovira tu na matani suka.
And all these cases responded real well by using God's natural program.
Era mai ngarabi o ira kevengo ena bakayang ataki ni natural.
This is a pressure sore, a bed sore.
Go endo na maboa.
Pack the manuka honey and turmeric, cover the wound all up with it.
Ambuluki na kona na hani batake na karni India ya.
And it will accelerate the healing of that bed sore.
Kaya do meme mababantu na maboya.
So, anytime you work with a person,
Nangono kede o ngarabi kina batake indua na tamata.
the general health must improve if the person is expect to recover.
Nandonu me tumbo da kena na mbula binaga ke bakay na namagitiyo ko ya.
A correct diet, which is one of the main causes of diabetes.
Na kena bando donu teki wala nga na ikana go indua na lesuni levu.
Now, what I want to do now as I conclude is that when you work with a diabetic patient,
go indona kano be may tinikina na single ni kwa ke baka osama ni vingarabi wo indua e matani suka.
you need to purchase you a little glucometer, a blood testing machine.
Dondo no mendo vi ko na misini ako mo testa katakina na suka.
So you can check their blood sugar at least 3 times a day.
Meron na check ta chikina va tolo ndona singa na level ni suka.
You're going to have to make a little investment, purchase this machine.
Dondo mo no ba nanu mo monovolia ya e no baka ngata kina na no milaw.
And you're going to need to know how to use that machine.
Kara,
How many in here know how to check your blood sugar level?
tigo ke so sar do baka ngata tina misina ke roni labat na dilinganra.
Can I have a show of hands? How many know how to use a glucometer? A blood, you know how to check it with the machine?
Na misini da bando do
I
baka.
need to see the hands. I'm asking that for a reason. If you ever check the blood sugar,
Do sando baka
we got a
ngata.
few.
Labi
That
da
means
kinalinga
that
bere da chikano ko bet dona
we're
kay
going
beta
to have
ka
to teach how to do it. We're going to have to teach you how to do it because not enough people here know how to check it.
And don't me viva bulidi how to use it. Bela test ni le weekend anda kilati ko na baka ngata kaya e mati le uchi ko ibit.
And you cannot work with a diabetic patient without knowing how to check their blood sugar.
Iko na sinrani da mo siling karabin do na mata mati ni suke baka siyang mantanga ni kilana me testa ki bata na suka.
And you have to keep a record of what the reading is every day.
Mera talang mo volati ko na record ya karon yo uli katiko interpreta kay nang.
Because if you ever go to the doctor, he's going to want to see it so he can see how the blood sugar has been functioning.
Bela te mera ni adan volimbula era talang an to uli ka may volimbula na ibakaron ni suka ko o sa record katiko.
And this is the glucometer where you check the blood sugar readings with this little device.
Go into
right
tingo.
here, okay? So we do have people, we're going to do a class where I want you to learn how to do this.
Do tingo na klase me da ba uli dikina na kana baka ngata kina misi.
Now, we had asked at least 10 diabetics, as many as we can get, at least 10, will volunteer for us to see if we can reverse their diabetes.
To sabari takatiko kitongan rewa tiko tini na kisi ni matani suka mera ninda na baka doraki na mera reverse tekitale na matani suka ngo.
We have another class on diabetes to do.
Indo tal tiko na nonda klase ni matani suka minda takaba.
Once we do that class,
Nonda santa kaba na klase ya.
then I get a better perspective if you can treat diabetes.
Sa naravio mungay kila se rawni ni ngaraba indo na tamata matani suka sisya.
And this would be like a class where you're going to actually be working.
Ya na klase nga me sa practical menta sa takaba saranga na kaya ndara. Uli
So, and then once we see that you understand how to follow the protocol, then you will need to know how to check all the vital signs.
Ninga no salo rekin ni saro ni vamuria na itubuto ni kain do bakador na bungi kana ngarabi na testa ki na matin suka saro talanga ni na babuli di na namu check taka all the vitals.
And for our nurses and medical people here, we're going to ask you to help us be able to teach how to understand the vital signs, how to check it, so that we can get everybody prepared to do that.
Veke muni na bunuai na nasiniti ko talanga na bulingo sa kiriti ko na muni bibu kena kena babuli na kena bakang tay kena test tay kena vitals kena.
Some of the treatments that you're going to be able to do, you're going to have to go into their home and do it, because we do not have a facility. Unless somebody want to donate a facility, we'll raise one up in Fiji, a health facility. But until we do that, we're going to have to work out of each other's home.
Yuna kay so veke muni na ron galita kami wal balita sindoti na facilities menda ron ta kabota kede kene ke.
So now,
Babo kendo solia.
I'm going to stop there, and like I said, after the next class that we do, then we will determine who will be the instructors, the missionary physicians, and who will be the patients.
Na enda na de wika ni oti na buli taraba enda sanangai loreki no de saroni instructor.
Any questions before we stop?
Dove taro. Gonongon ni taro.
Anything we need to clear up?
Kendo na kaya na numivama tataki.
Do not waste your time coming here and you leave here saying, I don't know what that man was talking about.
Kaya tiko ko kuni balusya na mga meo maindambe tiko kaya ngo ilis talaga kaya sanggali tuna o sinsarin kila karuban daw tati moron dami sumida kaya.
We are here to serve you.
Kita tiko kaya may kita ngarawi kaya muni.
When we came here, we expected to be tired, to get real tired.
Kita ulang timay kita sana na magtimay ni kita nawawala sa rangay ke.
So it's okay. We don't mind you working us.
Setu ya.
So once again, is there any questions? So far we understand.
Kendo na taro.
I think they want you to go on the mic.
Si Saski.
Is the what? Okay, you want to repeat your question so it can be recorded?
Unatarchunga vaviti kedan dokilati kona matini sukai loma rabambe kana kena symptoms.
So the question is, they are aware that there's diabetics that's called the inside in diabetics.
Yeah.
If there are symptoms.
Yes.
So what are the symptoms if there is?
Now, if a person is a diabetic, the symptoms would be loss of vision, poor eyesight, kidney failure, organ failure. Any of that could happen, which is a result of high glucose level. Poor immune system, infections, bladder infections, kidney infections. All of these are the side effects of high glucose level. Mental confusion.
Ni sa toro tiga na lenga ni rai na buaw ni mata na vidalati ni bakasama na bibusaki sa nanduindui ya sona kay na kune na buku ni matea matani su. So it's type 2 diabetics. Is it type 2? They're saying it's the same thing as type 2 diabetics?
Well, no, it can, diabetes can have the same symptoms in type 1 and type 2. It depends how severe it is. Pain can be another symptom of neuropathy pain. Muscle aches, numbness, loss of feeling. All of that can be a sign of diabetes working inside of the body.
Era ni tutu batanga na kay terero tiko type 1 kina type 2 ko kay matal ta tingo ko ay.
So the question is, when we suffer from diabetic, and when we go to the hospital, normally the doctors given the nature of the diabetic that we have, normally the doctors come up with a simple solution. So basically the patient is not given the right. So he just adhere to the prescription that is prescribed by the doctor. I think what is important here, which is more important, the prescription that is prescribed by the doctor or the right of the Creator that we should respect?
Well, we know that God is a great physician. There's none greater than him. And we know that whatever he say is true. But we're not always in a position to obey truth. So if you obey him, you'll be blessed of him. Now, if you disobey him, you won't be blessed. So we need to be educated. Doctors and medical people. I'm not talking about all of them, because we have some here that are knowledgeable. There are doctors here that are real knowledgeable on how to treat disease and understand nutrition. Doctors, as for the most part, do not understand a lot of nutrition. And so consequently, they are looking at the chemical drugs to fix the body or to help the body. That's not God's program. So we're going to have to educate the people to eat right and to maintain good health. And it's going to take a whole new type of doctors to educate the population here in Fiji.
How do we know that we have high ketone levels? How do we know that we have high ketone levels?
Yes. Well, you're going to have to run tests. You need to do a test, or you need to go get a medical test. And this is one thing that I'm really emphasizing all over the world as I travel. Doctors has a very good role to play if you need them. And so if you do not know how to check your diabetes, if you do not know how to check your ketones, go to a medical person or someone knowledgeable and let them show you and explain to you the process. Now, if you want to do it yourself, you simply can go to a pharmacist and they can get the little test strips, and you can use the urine dipsticks, and it will give you simple instruction. Check the little dipstick of urine. It's got a color code on it. It will let you know if your ketones are elevated. If it said that your ketones are elevated based on a color guide, you should go to a medical facility or medical places and confirm that your ketones are elevated, because it's so serious that I don't want you to misdiagnose your condition. But don't be paranoid about doctors. Don't do that. They cannot make you do nothing. Be intelligent when you work with them. When you go to a medical facility, don't walk into a medical facility saying, I'm not going to take your drugs, I'm not going to have surgery, I'm not going to do that. They say, why you come here in the first place? That's what we do here. It makes you look really ignorant. So you go there and you want to try to get a diagnosis, you have to agree with your adversary while you're in the way. Learn to agree. Yes, sir, you right. You so right. And then you go and do what God tells you to do. But agree with him while you're in the way. That's what I always say. Agree with them while you're in the way, and then you hurry up and get out the way before you fall out the way. So they will convince you to go the wrong way if you continue to listen to them.
If I am pre-diabetic, can my condition be reversed?
A pre-diabetic is not even a diabetic. Your condition probably will reverse in 3 or 4 days. It is so simple that it's not even much of an effort to reverse your condition. You just need to be educated on what to put in that body and how to get out what don't need to be in that body. And you won't have no problem at all. So I would say in a few days, you will see big transformation in your health. And I'd like to help you do that.
Since diabetes is a result of lifestyle, therefore we cannot say that is genetically inherited.
Well, there are some genetically inherited diseases, but over 95% of the disease is cultivated habits. We inherit habits, bad habits from our parents. Our mom and my daddy ate bad, so I inherit their bad habits. And so I end up with the same condition. So, but there are genetic problems, but diabetes is not. Now, type 1 diabetes is where you're born with that condition, is because there is a defect in the pancreas. But type 2 diabetes is a cultivated bad habit disease. You ate yourself in that condition, and you're going to have to eat yourself out of it. It has nothing to do with inheritance. A lot of your high blood pressure, a lot of that is through habits, bad lifestyle. We find that even vegetarians that claim to eat healthy, they are suffering a similar crisis with disease because they're taking the vegetables and preparing them like meat eaters prepare their meat foods. And they're creating the same problem. More and more we're seeing that. So just being a vegetarian do not make you exempt from these diseases. You must become a knowledgeable, rational eater. You must know how to prepare it, how much to eat, and how much got to be eliminated out the system. The very best foods may be the very worst foods if you're not preparing them, or eliminating them, or digesting them properly.
What are some of the signs and symptoms of kidney failure?
One of the main signs would be itchy skin. A lot of itchy skin, frequent urination, dark colored to cloudy urine would be one, offensive smell, urine, bladder infections. All of these could be a sign. Edema, swelling of the limbs, bagginess around the eyes, puffiness around the eyes. These are just beautiful signals from your body sent there from your maker, your creator, to give you foreknowledge that something is going wrong in your body. And he will give you these signals way ahead of time before you have a crisis. That's how much God loves you. He won't let these things come on you without giving you a warning. But we go to the medical system, they silence the messenger. They stop those signals called symptoms. And then they cover it up with pattern drugs, and you think you're all right, so you continue to eat in violation of the laws of health until the crisis have reached a head and the condition is so worse you cannot reverse it. And I'm not anti-medical people because I know we need the medical establishment. But God has got to raise up a people that will be as Daniel and the Hebrew boys was. They got to be a light in a dark world. And people need to come to us because God has given his wisdom to us. And then we can be a living example. When all Fiji is suffering from diabetes and leading the world, we should be leading the world in the best of health. They said not so with these Adventist people. Maybe the Fijian, but these Fijian Seventh-day Adventists, they don't have this problem. Let them not be said that we are just like them. God has given us too much information, but we got to act on it. And I'm telling you something. We have fallen victim to the same thing that the nominal churches have fallen victim to. Most people go to church to feel good, to make them feel good. And they go home feeling good and end up being miserable. And every week they seek to feel good. That's what the medical system do. They make you feel good. And the reality of the fact is you got some major problems, both spiritually and physically. You need to address those problems. And then you can rejoice in the Lord. But don't cover up your sickness with a false feeling. That ain't no good for nobody. All this praising and all this jumping up and down, and then when it's over with, you still got your arthritis and diabetes and everything else. That ain't helping nobody, nothing. If anything, it's weakening the faith of good Christian people. I speak in churches all the time. They always ask me to do altar prayer. I don't like to do altar prayer. Anything but altar prayer. You know what I mean? They said, Brother Wilson, when you do the congregational altar prayer, and everybody come hobbling up here, arthritis and all kind of problems every week. And you pray over them, and they wobble on back to their seat. Next week, here they come again, wobbling the same people back up again, back and forth every week. And the young people look at that, they say, watch now, Sister Joan gonna get up, she go every week to get prayed over, and every week she come back with the same problem. What is that doing to those young people's faith? Rebuke that demon of disease. Count it that God has set me free from it, and even in the midst of pain, claim that God has delivered you. And then your recovery will take place. But as long as you are frightened because of pain and weakness, you will never recover over your sickness. You will be held captive to fear, and fear will never glorify God. So we're going to stop there, and then we can have a break, and I'll turn it back over to y'all.
Ketika ke vakairani santa bad dengu balai break balai ber nanga mai tiga butal ne karonis nanda waswas ni boli.